Hi, welcome to my review of the Amazon Kindle Voyage. We compare the Kindle Voyage to its older sibling, the Paperwhite, and see if it's good enough. Let's see if the Kindle Voyage justifies its high price point. If you're interested to know what's inside the box, go ahead and check my unboxing video. The last time we used this device, it wasn't charged. On charging, the device shows a green light. The device on the left is the Paperwhite 3G and the one on the right is our Amazon Kindle Voyage. Here's a simultaneous boot test to see which one is faster. We try simultaneously launching the Goodreads section on both the devices and let's see what happens. So as expected, the new Kindle Voyage with its new UI and new internals performs way better in this test. Next we make a quick tour to the bookstore and see which one gets there faster. And unsurprisingly, the Voyage takes the lead. The Kindle Voyage is good at almost anything you throw at it. It's good at downloading books, it's faster than before, and it's very snappy with all the transitions that the new UI brings in. The Kindle Voyage packs a 6-inch e-ink display which has a resolution of 300 ppi, which is a big bump from the 167 ppi on the older generation Kindle Paperwhite. The viewing angles have improved and the blacks are deeper and richer on this new display. The new Voyage also packs in an ambient light sensor which is responsible for controlling the brightness automatically on this new Kindle Voyage, and it does a decent job, and it is sometimes overly aggressive in sunlight. Overall, the body of the Voyage seems to have been laminated to reflect most of the light on it. Let's now open the sample of the book we downloaded on both of these devices together. The books opened at almost the same time and the difference in UI is pretty clear. The new UI is fast, but at times it appears to be sluggish. Like now, the definition took time to load as opposed to the older Kindle on the left hand side. But the new cards and the new UI do make a lasting dent on the user. This is a look at the old UI in the cover view mode, and this is as fancy as it gets. And this is the new modern UI which looks spectacular, is well segregated. It almost feels like iOS 7. One thing I did not pick up the first time I saw both these devices was the way the displays fit. The older Kindle Paperwhite has a display which is fit inside the bezel, while the newer display is plush and fit perfect to the edge. Here are a few images that I clicked on my smartphone to see the differences between the two screens. The Kindle Voyage is pretty brighter even at its lowest and at its brightest. It tends to get yellow as we max up the brightness, which is not necessarily a bad thing, probably a good thing. I took a picture of both the Kindles having the same wallpaper on them. I've also taken up close-up shots of both. Do tell me which one you like better. Do comment below. We look at ways we can actually hold the Kindle. So on using the Kindle Voyage, I noticed that the haptic buttons are not actually that useful for the reader, because if you are holding the Voyage in one hand, you can't reach the other haptic button anyway. So it's only useful if you're using both your hands on the Voyage, which some people may or may not use.
I think before we go ahead in this review, it is very important to talk about why get the Kindle. So well, the Kindle offers a pure, refined reading experience. It is purely a reader's tablet. It does not try and do too much. It offers you a great reading experience, gives you a lot less eye strain, probably next to nothing, and it offers you a great catalog of books at an amazing price. A book, Chetan Bhagat book that retails for 399 rupees on Flipkart or probably in stores, you get it for 69 rupees on the Kindle store. You save a lot on books. So if you plan on reading, to further improve the reader's experience, the Amazon Kindle has a dictionary, a thesaurus, and even support for Wikipedia built right in. It's truly a reader's paradise. Reading a lot of books, then you might as well befriend this Kindle because it's portable and the base model is not that expensive. You can go for it and enjoy a lot of books in your pocket. Up to 1000 books, that's what the ad says. To specifically talk about the Voyage. The Voyage is definitely lighter, it's slimmer, it's definitely built better than its predecessor, the Paperwhites. The user interface is fast, and this is all result of the new internals and the optimization that the software engineers have done. The UI is modern, the screen is great, the brightness has increased, the screen is clearer and sharper because of the higher 300 ppi which is on the new Amazon Voyage. The battery life is amazing as usual. It will last you weeks as Amazon claims. Though I haven't personally tested that claim, the battery on the Kindle is pretty good, and there are a few. Well, the Kindle as a device is still slow. Sometimes loading definitions is slow. Sometimes loading to the store is slow. So that can always be better. The main selling point of the Amazon Voyage is the haptic buttons for page turning. I personally did not find them very useful to me because the normal way you grip the Amazon Kindle Voyage would be either this way or this way. The haptic buttons would be great if you use them, if you use both your hands on the screen. If you are not a user, you hold your book like this, I don't think it's going to work for you. And the most important thing for any product in India is the pricing. And Amazon has gone wild with the pricing. So yeah, the main con of the whole device is the price, because it is not even a full-fledged tablet, it is just a reader's device. So if Amazon price is higher, why would anyone try and buy the Voyage? Sure, it has a better display, sure it's brighter, sure it will give you better legibility in sunlight, but the price is too high. Might as well get a starter 6000 rupee Kindle or the Kindle Paperwhite, which is a better proposition, and you still get the amazing Kindle experience.